Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing absolutely well and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another video on Amazon KDP. If you are looking forward to build up a long-term business using Amazon KDP, then this video is definitely for you. If you want to be in the KDP business for a longer run, it's important to understand that we are following certain best practices around Amazon KDP and we are not making trivial mistakes which can kind of cause a huge impact on your KDP business. So what are those mistakes? Why you should avoid them? We will learn all about that in this video, wherein I'm going to share with you three mistakes that you as a KDP publisher should never ever make. So what are those three mistakes? Let's take a look at that in this video and I'll see you on the other side of the video. Alright, so in case if you're meeting for the first time through this video, then on this channel, I'm publishing all the videos related to KDP, wherein I'm sharing my learning, knowledge, experience, niche research, income reports, everything about KDP. Because I have selected Amazon KDP as one of my passive income stream and I'm documenting my journey on this YouTube channel. So in case if you like videos around Amazon KDP, you may want to hit the subscribe button and press the bell notification. I would really appreciate that. And you know what? As a beginner on Amazon KDP, I also made these mistakes. And based on my experience and learning, this is something that I'm sharing with you so that any new KDP publisher or any existing KDP publisher should never ever make these mistakes. So what are those mistakes? Let's first talk about the first point. Okay, so the first point is copying a cover. So one of the most common thing, when I started my KDP journey, so I was very excited about publishing the book and I was very fascinated about that. Once my book will be published, I'll be earning the royalties and I wanted to make more sales. And this is something that, this is a kind of a normal thing that happens whenever we start something new. And I was pretty excited and I wanted to kind of create a lot many books. I wanted to kind of take a look at what books are selling and I wanted to kind of make similar books. And while doing that, one of the most important point that I was kind of forgetting was we shouldn't be copying any existing book. And one of the most common thing that we generally copy is we copy a cover. If we see a best-selling book in a specific niche, then what generally I used to kind of do was in my initial days when I was not at all aware about this kind of mistakes, I was kind of thinking that, okay, let me create the similar cover and you know what, then my books also will be selling. But I was completely wrong. And for in my initial days, because of these mistakes, my Amazon KDP account got terminated as well. Later on, I kind of had it back, but yes, with this mistake, I had my Amazon KDP account almost terminated. So this should be the first mistake that no KDP publisher should ever make. And I'm kind of, feeling good that I made it in my initial days so that I knew that later on I don't have to make it. So maybe it was a lesson learned well in the initial days so that I'm not making these mistakes now anymore. So yes, the very first mistake is that don't copy a cover of any existing book. Color theme, font, design, all those things. You shouldn't be copying anything of any existing book. And when I say you don't copy it, so then how do we create the cover? You can take an inspiration, but you shouldn't be making a copy. So there is a huge difference between inspiration and copy. So you should be taking an inspiration for any book if you want to kind of create something around that. But you have to make sure that by looking at your cover, no one should be feeling that this is kind of a copy of their existing cover. So you may want to do a bit more research on what's the difference between taking an inspiration and what's the difference between copying a cover. So that is something that I leave up to you to find it out. But the thumb rule is that you shouldn't be making a copy of any cover. Instead, you can take an inspiration and you can create your own cover. So this was the first mistake. Then the next thing is mainly applicable for low content books. When it comes to no content books, that isn't anything that, about the interior, because everything is common. But when it comes to low content book, sometimes it may happen as a new KDP beginner that we wanted to kind of create the book and we wanted to copy some of the content of another book, another low content book. But this is once again absolutely no. The way you can't copy the cover, similarly, you can't copy the content of any other book as well. So these are the thumb rules that you should take into consideration. And this is something that you should kind of keep in mind always, that you have to always say no to copy. Okay. So don't ever copy the cover, don't ever copy the content of any other book if you want to be in the business of Amazon KDP for a longer run. Over the period of time, the more books you will create, the more creative you will get, and the different kind of categories and all those things you'll be able to create books upon. But yes, make sure that you aren't doing any copy. Yeah, so this was the second point. And now comes the third part. The third part is something that in my initial days, I was not at all aware about this. But later on, when I did a bit of a research and I spent some more time in doing analysis about Amazon KDP, how exactly it is working, what things needs to be taken care of, what could be the best practices. So at that point of a time, I came across this trademark. Yes, trademark. This is something that which could kind of immediately get your account terminated as well. So, what are these trademark words? So, trademark is basically something, some organization or some other publisher. So, they have kind of kept those words reserved and they have kind of registered them with USPTO. And those are trademark words. And so that if at all anyone else is using that, so they can kind of take some actions against those. So it's important to understand that whenever you are creating a book on Amazon KDP, you are not using any of the trademark words in your title, subtitle, and I'll say not even in description or in the 7 keywords box. Never ever use trademark words. You should say absolute no to using trademark words. So if at all you want to be in the Amazon KDP business for a longer run, and if you would have kind of taken care of such things, if you have avoided making such trivial mistakes, then definitely, your Amazon KDP account is going to be very, very, very safe. There are no chances of being terminated or suspended, and you could be in the KDP business for a longer run. These were some of the mistakes that I kind of made in my initial days, but it was good that I made them in my initial days. My Amazon KDP account almost got terminated, but then I got it back as well. But after that, I learned the lesson that these are the mistakes that I should never be making. And that's the reason I also wanted to share this video with you so that it could be helpful to any of the KDP publisher, especially if someone who is completely new. So it will help to understand that this should be the mistakes that we shouldn't be making. I hope you might have got some useful information out of this video. If you like the video, you may want to hit that like button. If you didn't like the video, you may want to hit the dislike button as well. If you're new to this channel, it would be great if you hit that subscribe button and press the bell notification. I would really appreciate that. And I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Till then, happy publishing.